just realised that most of my vlogs end up being in a lift. The perks of hotel life.
I'm not eating though. Somebody else can have it.
Yeah.
But he climbs like a goat, like a little climber dude. So he's one of them, just like attack.
It's about pop.
Baby.
Don't do flat canopy. Oh, we're doing flat turbo trailer there.
No, yeah, you're grand.
No, 5 minutes. Oh, so don't need long arms anyway. You're gonna save us some room. Where's this space you saved this? Amateurs.
Well, I did.
Did you? Ah, thanks, Chris.
I was like, there's going to be a lot more people arriving, but we've got it like.
Will they ever say like 46?
What, the back? It's very different, isn't it?
I said yeah, it's the missus that you take it up with.
Race finished. Now's not the time to do a vlog. Not the time. It's now the next day. It's I didn't really get a chance to end the vlog yesterday, so I'm gonna end it today, because the way it ended yesterday like wasn't ideal. I wasn't in the right mindset to finish the vlog. I had a lot of travelling to do, so I just wanted to get on with it. I'm sure you can appreciate that. I'll tell you one thing though, and I'm gonna put them like on the screen here. It was the biggest numbers I think I've ever done in a single day road race. For those of you who work with power, you'll know that like this is quite intense for someone like my size. I'm quite small. We'd never raced on this course before. This course was brand new, so we didn't really know what to expect. We thought it would like whittle down all day. You know, personally as a team, we thought it was gonna like grind down. There'd be people going out the back all day, and we thought it'd be really punchy. Like, it was quite a hilly circuit. It was never any flat section really, apart from that back break went. Apparently we got told we got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. The time checks were all over the place. And an event like that, you know, it's such a big event in the UK Premier calendar, you need a chalkboard, you need somebody, you know, like in the Tour de France, instead of just having a motorbike marshal guy telling you random time checks. 1 minute it was 7 minutes, and then we started chasing. Then the next time check we got, it was like 3 minutes. My role of the day really was to float about and look after Steve Lampier and Ian Bibby. Fair play to Bibby, he'd like just flown back from Taiwan, the tour of Taiwan, like 24 hours, 48 hours previous to this race. He rode the race, and it was actually quite, you know, going quite well. After the feed zone, if any of you know, you were kind of like climbing for a fair while, and then it finished off with a good old steep. That was like a continuous bit of climbing, and if it kicked off on that bit of lane, it really did make it quite hard. It was a really good race, apart from two scenarios. Like, the first problem came like literally like 10k into the race. We turned left onto this narrow little lane, and chaos ensued. It was just a big crash on the right hand side. One of our guys, McCarthy, was one of the first to go down in it. Like, came down really heavily, like cut up a lot of his kit and his body. We were thinking to ourselves, like, we made it all the way through the Tour of Normandy, which is such a sketchy bunch, and then we turn up to like a British race and like we crash. And it's like, Like, logically, that's not right. I'm not like trying to say that British riders or British racing is dangerous or like riders don't know what they're doing, but you get such a gap, as you can imagine, there's such a gap between you know, both experience and fitness, and especially when you get to the latter stages of the race, you know, the fatigue levels are there as well. People make so many mistakes when they're fatigued. I think we saw that even at the highest level at the Giro a few years ago, where Steven Kruijswijk crashed when he tried to follow Nibali on a descent over the top of that snow-covered mountain, and he crashed on one of the first corners. And it's probably down to the fact that it was like, you know, he was on the second to last day of the tour. He thought he'd won it. He'd gone really hard over the top of this mountain and followed Nibali, one of the best climbers in the world, and then following him on the descent, and he's also one of the best descenders in the world. He's probably panicking, plus he was fatigued, and you know, you're going to take risks. So all bunched up on the right hand side. Like, it was a reduced bunch, it was only like 30-40 of us, and there was a big crash on the right, well, nearly a crash on the right hand side, and everyone kind of parked up, swung over to the left to try and get through that side, because then of course that side was free. And as they went over to the left, like, it was just this horrendous noise of snapping carbon, and you know, not the noises you want to hear. Like, and so wishing you all a speedy recovery, because it didn't look, you know, that's what I meant by, you know, I was lucky to get through the day really unscathed. I mean, I came down to that first crash and I just grazed my knee a little bit. It was nothing serious at all, but you know, you get worse grazes on a playground as a child. I didn't want to film anything at all with Mike there, because Mike had like a big bandage around his head, and you know, not really in the mood for all that stuff. And especially when you crash and the race is sketchy, you don't really want to have a camera in your hand trying to figure out what to say, because it's not like, it's just not the time. You're just trying to assess the race and see how you've gone. And I think the main thing we take from it is that, you know, we were there or thereabouts, and although we called it that it was going to split and it was like a climber's course, Chris Latham, who won from Wiggins, he got over like all the climbs, still there at the end, and that's why he won the race. We called it wrong, but you know, that's bike racing. On to the next one now. John was very kind in letting me borrow the team car for 2 weeks, because they're heading off to a stage race in France in the next few days. So giving me the team car, I needed to get home anyway. Obviously didn't get the train back today, or but I couldn't stay at his house. More importantly, there was no room. There was other riders staying there already, so he said just take a team car, get home, at least you're in your own bed tonight, and then, you know, just bring it back when I go up to my next race, which is not this weekend. It'll be the following weekend at the Chorley Grand Prix. Back to training.